Today's video is going to break down into two parts. First one is a high-level overview of the Bilt Mastercard for folks who don't know about it. In the second part, I'm going to go over this new partnership between Japan Airlines and Bilt Mastercard and how we can get max value for our Bilt points, aka Japan Airlines miles. Of course, you don't have to sit through both sections. If you already have the card, jump to section 2. If you don't have the card yet, of course, I highly recommend you kind of watch that overview and then get to part 2. All right, let's jump in. This right here is the no annual fee Bilt Mastercard. And as of the release of this video, the Bilt card is my #1 credit card in 2025. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, this is a card you needed yesterday. This card already comes in loaded with so many bells and whistles, not to mention no annual fee. But what gets me really excited about today's video is that Bilt just added one of the rarest and arguably one of the most valuable transfer partners in the entire game, Japan Airlines. And what that means for us being Bilt card members is we now get exclusive access to flights to and from Japan on the cheap via their transferability, which other credit cards do not offer. And if you're new around here, hi, my name's John of John's Finance Tips. I'm the guy who's had well over 70 plus credit cards so that you don't have to. And this is a channel we dedicate to talking all things money. In today's money topic, we're going to talk about how to use the #1 credit card of 2025 so that you can save big on your next trip. And more specifically, I'm going to deep dive into this new partnership they just launched with Japan Airlines so that you can find out how you can best save on your next trip to Japan. And so the video is going to have two main parts. The first one is just going to be a high-level brief overview of what the card offers. We'll talk about the sign-up bonus, the earnings, and some benefits. And in part 2, we're going to deep dive on this new partnership between Bilt and Japan Airlines and how I plan to, and how you can as well, get maximum value from it. And as always, I want to be respectful of everyone's time. So here's the TLDR if you can't sit through this entire video. 1, if you are looking for a no annual fee credit card, go ahead and get the Bilt Mastercard. 2, if you are looking for a travel credit card, go ahead and get the Bilt Mastercard. 3, if you are interested to get value traveling whether to Japan or anywhere else on the world using a no annual fee travel credit card, go ahead and jump on the Bilt Mastercard. And I guess there's even a fourth qualifier. If you pay rent, make sure you get the Bilt Mastercard today. Okay, with all that being said, if you'd like to support my channel, you can go ahead and find an exclusive affiliate referral link in the description box down below. However, for everyone else, pop a squat, tap the thumb icon, and let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Card overview. Sign-up bonus. Right now, the Bilt Mastercard, for all the value it packs, still does not offer a sign-up bonus. Bilt, if you are listening, please give us a sign-up bonus. So, what do we get instead? Well, you kind of get what is kind of a toss-up. So, when you sign up, some people reportedly get this, others don't, and it's an offer to earn 5x for all of your spend within the first 5 days. Personally, I'm still butthurt that I didn't get it when I signed up for the card, but a lot of other people have reported that they have gotten it. And feel free to comment down below whether or not you've gotten that offer. But unfortunately, other than that, there is no reliable public sign-up bonus. 2, the earnings. This card will earn 3x for dining, 2x for travel, 1x on all of your other purchases, and 0.5x for buying a home. Okay. This one's a bit of a unique one. Let me go ahead and break that down for you. So you're not actually going to use your Bilt credit card to purchase a home. What you're going to do is once you're in the Bilt app, you can actually browse for homes. And if you work with a Bilt partnered real estate agent and actually buy a home up to a 4-family residential, you are going to get 1 point for every $2 of home purchase price. Literally, as somebody who has bought multifamily homes in the Boston area, if I bought a duplex for $1 million in Boston and I used a Bilt partnered real estate agent, I would have gotten 500,000 Bilt points. But again, you're not going to be swiping your Bilt credit card to charge $1 million. You're just going to be working with a Bilt partnered real estate agent. Really, really cool one. And in the last earnings category, you'll earn 1x points for paying rent. And you can earn a max of 100,000 points from rent alone, while all the other categories are unlimited. The one thing you want to note about the earning points for rent is the fact that you want to be swiping your card 5 times every statement cycle. Very easy, just go to the grocery store, and if you have to, tell them to break it up into 5 different swipes, or just remember to just use your card 5 times. And as for the mechanism of how you actually use the Bilt card to pay for rent so you don't get hit with the credit card processing fee, couple options. One option, Bilt gives you an account number and a routing number. So if you know how paying for rent works, you just plug those in. 2, Bilt will cut a check on your behalf for your landlord. If your landlord's like, hey,
I will never accept a credit card,
no problem. Bilt just mails them a check, you're good to go. And 3, if you currently are paying with Venmo or PayPal, you plug right in with the Bilt card and you're good to go. And the third thing we're gonna cover are the benefits. Now, there is an absolute laundry list of benefits this card has. I'm just gonna call out for you the ones that I find the most valuable. And if I miss any, let me know in the comment section down below. The first benefit is a quasi benefit in that it's not exactly officially on the card, but something that's happened on the first of every month, and that is rent day. On rent day, Bilt can offer a variety of things. For one, you'll earn bonuses on top of the base earnings that you're already gonna get for things like travel and dining and all other spend. The other thing I like about rent days is every now and then they'll give you a bonus for transferring your points from Bilt to one of their airline partners. And these bonuses can be in the range of 50, upwards of 100%. For context, American Express, Chase, Citi, they might give like 10 to 30% bonuses. The next benefit on this card, one of my all-time favorites, is it offers transfer partners. We're gonna get into the details of it in the next section as I talk about the new partnership with Japan Airlines, but all you need to know is you can take your Bilt points and transfer them to airlines and hotels such as Alaska Airlines and Hyatt, which are some of the most valuable in the game as well. And the reason it's unique for the Bilt card is the fact that the Bilt card has no annual fee, whereas all other credit cards that offer transfer partners come with $100 up to $700 annual fees. The card also lets you redeem your points to pay back student loans. Now, typically this isn't something I would look to, but if you are a cashback person, it's a pretty unique one. So now what you're doing is you're flipping, let's say, rent payments to paying off your student loans. Next benefit is 25% bonus if you redeem for travel through the Bilt travel portal. Bilt also has a partnership with Point.me, so you can search for award flight availability, Bilt neighborhood dining, which lets you earn additional points on top of the 3x you're already earning for dining. They could be anywhere from an additional 1x all the way up to 10x, though most commonly I see an additional 3 to 5x offered. Cool, so that wraps up section 1 of the high-level overview of the Bilt MasterCard. Again, I didn't want to get into the weeds with the benefits, but hopefully this gives you an idea of the value that the card offers in addition to this new partnership that's launched. Speaking of new partnership, now let's dive into part 2. Bilt partnering with Japan Airlines and how we can get max value from our newly found Bilt points transferred to Japan Airlines. Everyone and their mother is excited about this partnership, myself included, and maybe my mom. But why is it even such a big deal? Well, for one, everyone wants to go to Japan. I mean, crazy enough, up until just the past couple years, I've really never thought about going to Japan. And then in the past 2 years, I've ended up going to Japan 3 times. The food, delicious, shopping, cheap, and overall being in a country that just has rules and regulations and people just kind of follow them, it's pretty incredible. The other reason that this Japan Airlines partnership is a big deal is the fact that they tend to have better availability. Listen, up to today, you can book business class flights from Boston, New York, Chicago, wherever, and go to Japan. You would use programs like Alaska Airlines or American Airlines for the best value. But the issue though is, those airlines are partners to Japan Airlines, and Japan Airlines doesn't always give them a seat that you can then use points for. Not to mention, they can't book out as far as Japan Airlines' own program. And the third reason that this Japan Airlines partnership is a big deal is the fact that no other credit card has been able to transfer to them. So you might be able to go onto japanairlines.com and see that, hey, there is a business class flight out of Boston flying to Tokyo, but I only see it on Japan Airlines and I can't see it anywhere else, and so SOL. Although technically you could have converted Marriott points at a ratio of 3 Marriott point to 1 Japan Airlines mile, but at the end of the day, that would have been horrible value and not recommended whatsoever. So how does the partnership work with Bilt? Very simply, you just have to go into your Bilt account and link your Bilt account to Japan Airlines. And what's really cool, as a Bilt card member, you can redeem your miles on Japan Airlines within 7 days of creating a Japan Airlines account if you don't already have one. And for context, if you weren't a Bilt member and you made a Japan Airlines account, you would have to wait 60 days before you could redeem Japan Airlines miles for an award ticket. However, because you're a Bilt member, all you have to do is wait 7 days. So my pro tip, go ahead, create that Japan Airlines account today and link it ASAP. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit salty that this partnership didn't materialize sooner. So earlier this year, Viv and I went with 4 of our best friends to Japan, and my goal was to get all 6 of us there in business class. And I was actually able to do so on Japan Airlines by using American Airlines miles. However, that was by a pure stroke of luck that within 7 days of departure, some availability popped up on American Airlines to book a flight departing on Japan Airlines. What was really frustrating at that time was before that partner space showed up, I could actually see the flights on Japan Airlines themselves. I just had no way of getting the points in there to make the booking. Cool, so let's go ahead and walk through our first example. Let's say you wanted to fly round trip from New York City to Japan in economy class. Well, you might expect to pay a little over $1,600. If instead though, you use Japan Airlines miles, this round trip ticket would cost you 50,000 miles and roughly $500 in taxes and fees. And to get these 50,000 Japan Airlines miles, just transfer 50,000 points from your Bilt program. And one of the quickest ways to earn points on Bilt is that if you are already a renter today, especially if you have roommates. Listen, when I first graduated college, if I had pulled in 2 or 3 roommates and we went into Boston, we could have easily rented something for $4,000 a month. That's 48,000 points right there, which is almost enough to get you round trip to Japan in economy class. Listen, at the end of the day, economy is nice. Getting to Japan, phenomenal. But what if you could do it in a full lie flat seat? What if you could do it in one of Japan Airlines' brand new, fully enclosed suites? Well, that's exactly what you could do. You could either shell out over $5,000 for this flight, or you could shell out 50,000 points and a little over $200 in taxes and fees. Now, I've been lucky enough to do this flight, and I can tell you guys, it is probably one of the best flight experiences, hands down. These seats, obviously, it's fully enclosed suite, but you also don't even need to wear headphones. They have like speakers in the headphones. It's absolutely incredible. And what's even more exciting now is because we can go ahead and directly use and book with Japan Airlines, there's more availability and more options to be able to fly this without just kind of hoping and praying that Japan Airlines gives some availability to their flight partners. Other ways you can use your Japan Airlines miles / Bilt points is you can also use them to upgrade on flight segments. So if you book economy, you might be able to use your points and upgrade to a higher class of cabin. And on the screen, you'll see how many miles that would require. And the last way I would use my Japan Airlines miles is if I was already in Japan domestically and want to use miles instead of cash to book flights. The final use case I'll leave you with is a bit of an aspirational one, but it's trying to get first class instead of business, but on the tippy tip of the plane, going from anywhere in North America over to Japan. This is certainly a rarity, especially in one of Japan Airlines' newer planes. But man, does this now go ahead and open up that possibility, whereas before, again, we had to rely on Japan Airlines giving this availability to a partner, and also the partner not even having the award space open up as soon as Japan Airlines was able to see it. So folks, net, I think this is a huge win for the Bilt card. It's a huge win for those of us who want to fly to Japan. It's an absolutely massive win for those of us who have the card, want to fly to Japan, and want to do it in business class. I know sometime last year, Bilt lost American Airlines as a partner, but I think Japan Airlines being added to it certainly fills that gap, in addition to Alaska Airlines there as well. As always, this has been an incredible video. If you'd like to support the channel, I do have an exclusive referral affiliate link in the description box down below. If you have any comments or any questions, go ahead and drop it down there as well. I would love to hear from folks. Are you interested in going to Japan? Have you been to Japan? Or are you gonna go soon now that you have access to Japan Airlines miles? Cool, catch you on the next one. Peace.